I work at the University of Portsmouth. Portsmouth is a naval town in southeast England on the coast. I've been in Portsmouth for 6 years. My research is on marriage migration from China and Southeast Asia to Taiwan. I looked at their identity. I looked at how the institution of sovereignty trying to assert this Taiwan's internationally challenged sovereignty on these people. But I recently also started looking at the labor migration. I'm trying very much wanting to expand from not just focusing on Taiwan, but bringing East Asia, or in other sense, put Taiwan in a map of East Asia. So not just looking at Taiwan, but also helping to compare Taiwan with someone else. And I have found something that can do a good job of that, because I looked at how migrant women's pregnancy in the past had been in a sense banned by the government, and I found that there's such an overlapped legislation between Taiwan and mainly Singapore. So that's what I do about migration. But my recent interest is on the, maybe I can just mention this title, The Making of Authoritarianism in Taiwan in the 1950s and 60s. And from there, I'm also hoping to work on cultural heritage conservation, particularly in places like in Jinmen, Mazu, or even Wuqiu. I'm very much inspired by local people's activism and their love, their enthusiasm for preserving what has been in those little islands now been forgotten by people. But maybe it's a good thing being forgotten, because in the past they have been frozen into this framework of being the frontline islands between Taiwan and China. So that's another thing I've been doing. But I'm also hoping, being inspired by recent conversations, and also what's happened to Taiwan from Taiwan's external relationship with outside, how Taiwan could become a recognized donor for international aid, and also development aid provided by government of Taiwan to help people in the low and middle income countries, not particularly for the purpose of securing diplomatic relationship, but more how the money from a wealthy country can really contribute to the improvement of people's human development, about education, about gender equality, about health, about safety on the road, about clean water, about sanitation, and maybe just aspiration that people can have better life. I think that is more important for people like us who have the privilege of living in a life that having next meal on the table is not our daily concern. So how we can really be transformed from a country that only cares about how we've been recognized, but also extending our concern about who we are and how we've been recognized, to help people who are really in the need. So this is what I aspire to. Thank you.